think the one decision that was a life experience change was I decided to go for engineering just because I felt like, well, I guess I should say my mother thought I had the smarts to do that. So I went to Penn State University, and the whole thinking was that, I could be an engineer and make a living and then do music on the side more so than you can be a musician for a living. Decision that was made that was something I look back on that I really appreciate, because yes, even now I'm 53 years old now, and I still get to dabble in music and everything. And because I went into the engineering and lighting design side of things, I can actually afford to buy a guitar every now and then. I think photography was one thing that was interesting to me, that is so dependent on lighting. And to make great photographs, obviously you need the lighting to be just right. You need to understand, how to get moods and so forth from photography. And I was doing electrical engineering, and more of a broad electrical engineering, meaning it was a consulting engineering firm that I worked for. And there was a lot of engineering that to me was not very creative, but the lighting side of it was the creative part. And I guess I want to say that honesty is a core value. A good example might be, so often we're faced with this choice of whether we want color changing lights, where it's doing stuff that the lighting is the focus. But sometimes you need to step back and say, maybe it's in the owner's best interest that this is elegant and it's lit with white lighting, and it's something that let the architecture be the design, and we're just illuminating it and letting it be front and center as far as the star of the show, so to speak. There's kind of a 3-tier lighting process that we try to do as often as possible. And number one is to get the ambient lighting taken care of. Next is the accent lighting. And third is the sparkle. So when I say that, let's just say that you have a great room, like a living room. You may want to have like an ambient light is some maybe can lights that are in the ceiling that are lighting the overall space and just kind of generally illuminating everything. But there might be artwork on the wall, or there might be a fireplace that has on the mantle, there's a big painting. So you want to spotlight those things. It's almost like you surgically pick what's important as you look around, to sit down at a table with them and start at the front door. And you go space by space and you look around. What's this wall? What's going on here? Is there artwork in the room? Are you putting a rug here? And then you go down to the corridor. Where are you hanging art in this corridor? And it's an interview process. And step by step, you get to this point where everyone's talking through, almost like when you read a book, you picture what you think it looks like. When you have all these people in the room, you're reading this book together, and they're telling you the parts that you can't see. And then you're telling them how you think it will work best. And where design is going is the control side of things. Everyone's getting really used to the fact that they've got a phone app that they want to be able to turn their lights on and off and go to different rooms. And I want the lights to be blue now because we're having a party, or I want the lights to be dim because we're watching a movie. And it's been something that was kind of a novelty. But I think you're going to get to the point where, you're going to say to Alexa or Siri or somebody, hey, I just want my lights to be dimmer. Please dim the lights. And everywhere you walk, it just happens. I think one of our biggest problems is the architect can pick lights, the engineer can pick lights. My opinion, obviously I'm biased, but a lighting designer is really focused on it. And we have the ideas that are out of the box, and we have the knowledge of what products are available. But I think one of our biggest challenges is there's a lot of people that don't realize the importance of that, and therefore it's a cost that they don't think is necessary. My advice there is look at architecture, notice it whenever you walk in, and imagine if you turn the lights off, what's missing, and try to see where great lighting made architecture. I think state capitol buildings are a great one to look at. There's lighting designers that did every one of those, and because of that, at night they are showpieces. And then go look at some office buildings that you can tell a lighting designer wasn't involved, and they're dark at night. I think you can see great lighting design.